Rumor is Disney wants to buy Spider-Man outright from Sony for $4 billion. Damn. Do I think Disney could buy Spider-Man outright for $4 billion? There's a part of me that's kind of split. Part of me wants to see them buy Spider-Man. And there's a part of me that I really don't want to see them do it. Because if they do, that means... I mean, if they did right now, it'd be great because they would probably cancel Morbius with Jared Leto in it. But the bad thing is, yeah, Venom, which is going in the right direction. Andy Serkis, I think is his name. Serkins, I forget his name, is directing. And there's like rumors of it possibly being rated R. I'm just like, do it. Do it. Rated R Venom. Go for it. There's a lot of things I'd like to see. But at the same time, you really don't want to see it because Sony's going to be doing the Into the Spider-Verse sequel, and they got spin-off TV series happening, and you really don't want to see it, but you want Spider-Man to stay in the MCU for a bit longer. There's a lot of people who are like, Disney should just outright buy Sony. One, they can't. Monopoly laws and stuff. They can't buy just a whole other studio because it's not fair to the other studios like Paramount, Universal, and Warner Brothers. But at the same time, you want to see them have Spider-Man in their world. Rumors of DC discussing a standalone Two-Face movie after the success of Joker. They're going to try to do what they can with any villain. They're like, let's do Lex Luthor. No, let's do Two-Face. Do I think they could do a Two-Face standalone film? Honestly, no. They can't. I don't think it'd work. The only way I could see Two-Face working in a film without Batman is if Two-Face is in Joker 2. I could see that working. I could see Two-Face showing up in Joker sequel and, you know, he's like already scarred and burned. And it's like revealed after the riots at the end of Joker film. Spoilers for people who'd never seen it. Two-Face is like trying to escape, and all of a sudden he gets, you know, trapped by these other, you know, thugs who are part of the riot. They beat the shit out of him and they burn his face. All of a sudden he wants to go after them. I can see that working. Anyway, that's kind of how I see it working. But anyway, Warner Brothers are thinking about what to do next in this, since the villain-centric movie, independent of any comic canon, is providing profitable. The studio is considering duplicating the formula with another Batman villain. That being Two-Face. I honestly don't see Two-Face working in a standalone film. I could be wrong. I mean, when I first heard about the Joker film, I thought, it ain't gonna work. Then I heard who's gonna be playing it. I thought, Joaquin Phoenix? Go on. I can see it working. But if you get the right actor, say Jake Gyllenhaal, as Two-Face. Because Gyllenhaal can play really good characters, and he's the same way as Joaquin Phoenix. He could be a method actor. He could play a character like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, I can see working. If they get like, let's get who I'm thinking of. I forget the director of Nightcrawler. I know the director of Nightcrawler, Danny Gilroy. Danny Gilroy is a great writer, director. The second film he directed, like Velvet Buzzsaw, was like shit. That was a shitty movie. I watched it and it was just like, this is a bad film. And I wasn't alone when I was like criticizing how shitty the film was. There was like a lot of people were like, man, this is a bad film. I'm just like, I know, right? Like, it's a really bad film. But yeah, he did Nightcrawler, and I think he wrote like a bunch of, I forget what other films he wrote, like The Bourne Legacy with his twin brother John Gilroy, and John Gilroy was involved in let's see what other films he was involved in. He was involved in Suicide Squad. Unfortunately, poor guy. Went from Michael Clayton to Bourne Legacy to Suicide Squad. Anyway, yeah. Like, I could see Gilroy like getting involved in Two-Face. He was involved in a comic book film before. He was involved in the Superman Lives with Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage. He did an interview with it, and with John Schnepp, who made The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? And he kind of went, like, his ideas for Superman was cutting edge, in my opinion. It was very different, like, really good, but very different. His ideas of it was Superman, Clark Kent, having these powers but not knowing where he's from. And he does like all this research, trying to find people who are like him, who have all these powers and don't understand what happened to them. How do they become who they are? And I thought, like, that's genius. Like, all of a sudden, like, Clark Kent's at Luthor, Lex Tower and stuff. And he shows up and he sees this spaceship and he gets, like, sick and, going through all these symptoms and stuff. And he finds out that he's from Krypton and he's an alien. And that is, like, and plus they have, like, Superman having anxiety. Like, he can hear everything and he has all these anxiety symptoms and he really can't control himself. Like, that's genius. That's like, you're tapping into the Superman psyche. And you kind of got to see that in Smallville, which was pretty damn cool, And for me, I thought, like, man, he'd be great to do a superhero film. But I could see him doing Two-Face. Writing, directing Two-Face, have Jake Gyllenhaal play Two-Face, even though a lot of people are like, he played Mysterio, whatever his name is. So, what stops him from doing another comic book film? We got to see Tom Hardy go from Bane to Venom. I wish they let him do the voice of Venom. Like, would you imagine?
You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
I would have loved to seen him do the voice of Venom. All of a sudden, like, Venom starts talking, he sounds like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. That'd be the most brilliant fucking thing ever. I wish somebody would do, like, a video of Venom. Just have Tom Hardy's Bane dubbed in when talking. That would be brilliant. I would be laughing hysterically. Yeah, the Gilroys were involved in the Bourne films and stuff, which is really cool. I did watch like a lot of the Jason Bourne films, like Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum, and Bourne Legacy, and the Jason Bourne film was like boring. It was like too little too late to make a sequel, you know. But I look forward to seeing Treadstone, October 15th. I look forward to it. Do I think they'll ever do another Jason Bourne type film? No. I don't really want to see them do another sequel. I don't know why, but I'd rather see them do a video game. Again, they did do a video game, which was the Bourne Conspiracy, which I played. I played the video game. It wasn't bad. It was just so basic. Like, yeah. But anyway, back to Two-Face. Do I think they'll do a Two-Face type film? I don't know, but, you know, if they're thinking about doing Two-Face, just throw him in Joker. Like, he used to be a Gotham, he used to be the district attorney until that night when Arthur started a riot and stuff, and Arthur and, a bunch of people rioting support him, the Joker idea. Attacks Harvey Dent at the Thomas Wayne, Thomas Wayne for mayor thing, and they just beat up Harvey Dent so badly, and they scarred his face, and he wants to get revenge on Arthur and his Joker persona, and wants to kill him. That'd be really cool. Or, in a way, in my mind, I sort of picture it like the mafia people who were like connected to Thomas Wayne wants to take out Arthur for taking out Thomas. So they call in Dent when they meet at a warehouse, and Two-Face gets the rundown, but he says to a mafia boss, "Say the name that you called me before in the media." And the mob boss is like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And Dent's like, "Don't lie. I know what you called me, but I want to hear it from you, directly from you, in front of me." And the mob boss goes, "Two-Face?" And Harvey's like, "Correct." And Harvey pulls out a gun and just blows his brains out in front of the other mob bosses and go like, "Don't ever cross me." Like, that would be brilliant. That would be so damn brilliant. I would be like, man, that is a great scene. But imagine Jake Gyllenhaal taking Harvey Dent, the character in Two-Face, and sort of molding it the way he wants to play him. Like Heath Ledger